guys saying, hey, it's enough of us in this.
Oh, definitely. You know, pass defense is 11 guys. It's a pass rush. It's everybody being where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be there. So it's totally a team game, and it's never isolated on one individual player. So I know as a coaching staff, we're not that way. I know as a team, we're not that way. So.
You've used mostly 11 personnel in your first two games. What's kind of dictated that?
How defenses defend you? It's a good question. You know, a lot of time when you get to, you know, in the Redskins game and in some of the games, if you go to 11, then they're in nickel. You know, and so a lot of times it becomes a match game. What matchups do you want to be in? You know, what matchups you think are more favorable to you? And that's really, you know, you're kind of looking at how people try to defend different formations and different sets to try to get tendencies in terms of how they're going to, you know, deploy their personnel. So sometimes you by your personnel can at least dictate what's going to be in the game, and I think that a lot goes into that thought process.
At the same time, has that kind of surprised you in like the first two games? You know, they've pretty much shown you the same defense, have shown you kind of the same formations as far as
They haven't.
they haven't.
No, the Chargers were different than what the Redskins did.
Right. But I mean, you still kind of like went more with the three wide receivers than you know.
Yeah, but it's not because they were similar in what they did. It's just what we could elicit from them. So.
Gotcha.
From a decision-making standpoint, strictly, how would you evaluate Mike?
I think Mike's done a really nice job. You know, he's protected the football for us, got the ball out on time. You know, we've had the ability, I think, because we can protect, take some more shots down the field, and he's done a really good job of distributing the ball. And I think we're at a pretty high completion percentage right now. I'm sure he'd want a couple throws back. You know, there's a few times where we could have been a little bit more accurate, but I think overall in 2 games, I'm happy where Mike is.
Do the Chiefs have any sort of advantage this week because Andy knows the personnel here so well?
I would think anybody that understands personnel. I mean, Andy was here for a long time with those guys. So if you know what they're good at, but he doesn't know our scheme, you know, so how we deploy those guys. So, you know, he may have some little ins and outs. I think it's just there's a familiarity. Obviously, he's familiar with Trent. He's familiar with D'Amico. You know, he's familiar with those guys. But the scheme defensively has changed. The scheme offensively has changed. The scheme special teams has changed. So I think from maybe just how fast the guy is, or it's some of those things from a physical standpoint, I know he's probably got a real intimate knowledge of the guys.
From your standpoint, because that time is squeezed down.